Now, do you remember a player by the name of Donny van der Beek? Currently, of course,
He's tired, isn't he?
Manchester United. An on-loan deal was agreed today to see him go to Eintracht Frankfurt. Mario, what happened to him?
I mean, look, when you come from Ajax, you know, and like me myself, we play in a certain system, and the way we play football is that we're so used to playing. He was one of the star boys at Ajax, comes over to England, and I think sometimes when players come to Holland, they have to understand that the speed makes a hell of a difference than what we play here. Here we saw, I've repeated it before. I said tactical and technical is what we learn here. But when it comes to speed and character, it's something that you're going to find in England. And sometimes you can handle it or you can't. Okay, he comes into the team and the way he plays football is a total different system. So now he gets the injury, and that's the downside for him. And he gets the injury, then he goes to Everton, comes back to Man United, and then try to get into that team. And then later on, okay, you get like a young boy. Give an example. For Mino comes in, you understand, like the middle of the park, Fernandes, that position that Fernandes is playing is kind of what he wants to be part of. And then he was the guy that was part of the group of the Ballon d'Or. And in Holland, they were really talking big of him. But now he took that opportunity now that came along, going to Frankfurt, going to Germany. Why? Because he wants to play the Euro. He wants to play the Euro. That is the answer to his decision making. And when you're that age and you're that talented, from before you came to Man United, you want to go back to that feeling. And the only way to do that is play football, because sitting on the bench, your career is going to melt.
Well, I mean, there's only one way to sum this up, isn't it? I mean, he's not in Holland, and he might do all right in Germany. I don't know. But he has been absolutely, utterly useless since he's arrived at Man United. He's had no effect whatsoever. Not a jot of an impact that sits in the memory bank. And to not be able to affect this Man United team when they have so many bad players, and you're an afterthought in this United. It's not like he's walking in, and maybe some people say, well, it'd be easier to walk into a side with a great side. But if he walked in and didn't get a game and it was full of stars and they were all performing, I could maybe say, well, you know, that's tough. But when you come into this scenario and there are so many poor players, and yet you can't put your head up above them and say, I'm better than him, that's a problem.
How does it happen, Steve? He was so good part of that successful Ajax side.
I can only guess that somebody who was so successful at Ajax that not just recently...
Hold on, Anthony was successful at Ajax.
Yeah, no.
I mean, come on. We're talking about Ajax here.
But that Ajax side that made that great run in the Champions League, that impressed
Tottenham made the final, for God's sake. Tottenham were not exactly a great side. Tottenham beat them.
No, but still, you looked at someone like Van der Beek, you thought, wow, he's decent. And he played well in Europe against big teams.
The worrying thing with Van der Beek is that he's not even in the squad.
Yeah.
Now, that would suggest that he's given up the ghost. Because at least if you're not playing, you can work hard, you can get yourself about, and you can at least show somebody that matters that you're actually still there. And that clearly hasn't been happening. And so he's given up the ghost.
He went to Everton.
Never mind the manager.
He went to Everton and he wasn't much cop there either. I mean, maybe his level is just to go back to Holland, where, as Mario said, it's slower, it's less physical, it's whatever. Or maybe the Bundesliga. I don't know. But it's not England.
Well, he's gone to the Bundesliga, and you'll be able to see how he gets on with Eintracht Frankfurt, as, of course, it returns from the winter break. It's a little bit later than most of the leagues. January the 20th, in fact, is the first game back. Good game as well. Leipzig taking on Bayern Munich. And then the much-anticipated Van der Beek debut.
He's going to score a hat-trick.
Eintracht Frankfurt against Schalke. That game live at 9:30 on ESPN+. And then good games on Sunday. Dortmund against Augsburg and Borussia Mönchengladbach against the league leaders Bayer Leverkusen.